Right guys, time for another RLR beer sort. For this one we're going to go to Lübeck, Schleswig-Holstein, northwestern Germany. Another beer from the wonderful Sudden Death Brewing Company. This one is called Death Ascension. It comes in at 10% ABV, a New England Hazy, Imperial Triple, whatever you want to call it, IPA, Citra and El Dorado in this one. Really nice beer, this. Very drinkable for a 10%, or more kind of wheaty leaning, but it does have that little bit more IBU to it as well, which makes it quite quirky. But yeah, it pours this lovely bright yellow kind of mango juice colour, and it's really, really damn good actually. Backbone of the beer is kind of fresh white bready bread crust. There's a little bit of wood and a little bit of cracker, as you very often get. Then you've got a layer of kind of wholemeal brown bready note in there. Above that you have the kind of white bready barley malt there, which is a little bit drier, has that bit of kind of German malty bite to it. Then you've got the more dense wheaty white bready layer above that, which has quite a bit of bite to it, as European wheat tends to. A little bit more bitey further back on the palate, of course. Then you've got a nice wee bit of oaty character, creamy down the middle line of your palate, a little bit drier out toward the edges of your tongue, with wee flavours of like candy, you know, sherbet and skittle and things like that. In the dead centre of your palate there's that little bit of Werther's original butter candy, butterscotchy flavour from the alcohol, and it's surrounded by a sort of McVitie's digestive biscuity kind of thing. So yeah, nice malty base to this one, but quite light and drinkable, as I say. The yeasty side of the beer at the back of the palate, it's like a sweeter kind of brown bread at its core, with a drier white bread around the edge and some bread crusty character, and of course taller flavour on the back third of your palate. It compresses down into the middle third of your tongue. Hoppy side of things, a little bit earthy in the back corners of your palate. As you come further forward there's a wee touch of pine resin underneath. Some nice floral aromaticity there, a little bit spicy of course because this beer uses cryo and T40 pellets, but round the front curve of the tongue it's that little bit lighter and more grassy and slightly zesty as well. The zestiness is going to come more from the Citra. The fruity side of the beer, really quite tropical leaning, I would say, but yeah, at the top you've got a little bit of peach. At the back you've got a little bit more grapefruit, both of those coming from the Citra. Lots and lots of juicy mango, which is going to come from both El Dorado and Citra. And as you move further forward, nice little bit of apricot or passion fruit, lots of pineapple as well, which will be from the El Dorado. And as you move into the front half of that front third of your tongue, it's a bit lemony limey, which is more to do with the Citra, I would say. Mouthfeel wise, this one very light and drinkable for a big 10%er. It's got a bit more IBU to it, maybe 60-ish IBUs, maybe 70 at a push. Good little bit of dryness into the aftertaste and bitiness from the wheat as well, but a really interesting and very nice take on the New England Triple IPA style. Absolutely worth trying. So yeah, Death Ascension, 10% ABV from Sudden Death Brewing Company in Lübeck, Schleswig-Holstein. Try it. Prost.